So here you can see it's a Jewish book. Okay, they say in Psalm chapter 1 verse 1, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi, meaning Malachi, meaning again in Judaism means messenger, angel of the Lord, meaning God himself as well, a divine being. This prophet is undoubtedly the last of the Jewish prophets. He lived after Zechariah and Haggai. For we find that the temple which was begun in this time was standing complete in his. Some have thought that he was contemporary with Nehemiah. Indeed, several have supposed that Malachi is no other than Ezra. So the angel of the Lord, meaning God himself or the Son of God, is none less than Ezra, under the feigned name of the angel of the Lord, or my angel. John the Baptist was the link that connected Malachi with Christ. Okay, so you can see that this clearly proves that the Jews thought Malachi was no other than Ezra. Which is another thing to understand, that as we said before, Malachi, according to the Jews and Christians, meaning the angel of the Lord, the angels in the Bible, both good and bad, are called sons of God. So the Jews believe that Ezra was a divine person, and an angel of the Lord is a divine person as well. The Christians, however, believe that the angel of the Lord is either Yahweh, the Father, and some others hold the view that it is the Son, meaning Jesus, and also Yahweh, and some others say that it's like a regular angel. So there are different views concerning Malachi. Before I made a video about apostate prostate or apostate prophet, in which he claims that Ezra, the Jews don't claim that Ezra the scribe is the son of God or son of Allah. And I showed a theory of it might be referring to Osiris, the Egyptian god that the ancient Egyptians believed. But there's also another view on a Jewish website. It's called chabad.org, which is Judaism, right? Now, they say, who was the prophet Malachi? Now, Malachi or Malachi comes from the Hebrew word of malach. And malach comes from the Arabic word malak, meaning, or malak, meaning the angel. Okay, now Malachi means the angel of the Lord in Hebrew. So here they say Malachi was a member of the Great Assembly during the beginning of the Second Jewish Commonwealth and was considered the last Jewish prophet. Who was Malachi? Some opinions in the Talmud maintain that Malachi was Mordechi, the hero of the Purim story, referred to as Malachi because of his position as Viceroy of Persia, a designation similar to that of the angel Malach. Of an angel, angel means Malach, meaning Malak, okay, in Hebrew, meaning angel, who is subordinate to God. Now in Christianity, who is subordinate to God? It's the Son of God and the Holy Spirit. These are subordinate to God. But even in Jewish, they say that the angel of the Lord, meaning Malach, is subordinate to God. Okay. Another view supported by many authorities is that Malachi or Malak is a pseudonym for Ezra the scribe. Now a pseudonym, one of the definitions, is a nickname of God. Okay, it can be assumed as a nickname or a stage name, okay, or assumed name. All right, so this is what they are referring to here. While a third perspective identifies Malachi as neither Mordechi nor Ezra, but a third prophet entirely. So there are Jews who hold three views. Some Jews hold the view that he is Ezra, meaning the subordinate to God, right? So similarly here, we can understand that what they're referring to in the Talmud is that Malachi is Ezra and the angel of the Lord. Okay, how can we prove this? in Christianity, they also hold similar view. Okay, who is the angel of the Lord in the Old Testament? What they are saying is the Bible in both testaments speaks of a personage called the angel of the Lord, or angel of the presence, or messenger, etc. They say there's three possibilities, three opinions. Three major views have been put forth as to exact identity of the angel of the Lord. They say that the angel of the Lord is a mighty angel who acted as the special representative of the Lord. Second view is God the Father. So the angel of the Lord meaning God. He is God, assuming a human body. God the Son, meaning Jesus Christ, taking a body for a short period of time. So this is what they are saying. Each of these three views has its supporters. So there is different views of each Christians who hold these views. They say to Hagar, for example, the angel of the Lord, Hagar, mistress, and except the angel of the Lord said to her, I will multiply the offspring that cannot be a multitude. The angel said he himself would multiply the sentence of Hagar. After the appearance of the angel of the Lord, Hagar said she gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her, you are the God who sees me, for she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. She believed that she had spoken directly to God. Okay, so there are saying matters here that the angel of the Lord takes on different, which is God, takes on different personalities. Okay, so the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven. Okay, so they said God told Abraham to bring his son Isaac, etc. So in this instance, the angel of the Lord who called out Abraham seems to be the Lord, meaning God, Yahweh himself. Okay. So it's clear that this is what it's referring to, that they hold the view that the angel of the Lord in both Christianity and Judaism, they claim that the angel of the Lord is actually God, Yahweh himself, who takes on different, takes on the Son. And the Jews actually believe that they are all sons of God. They are all the children of God. Similarly with Christians, they believe that they are all the sons of God, but they believe in a divine son, like Jesus, which is a son of God. Similarly, Jews believe that Ezra is like the divine son of God, or divine angel of the Lord, meaning Yahweh taking his form of a son, right? Ezra. Here we can clearly see, even in the Bible, Exodus chapter 3 verse 2, New Living Translation, there the angel of the Lord, meaning God, appeared to him, meaning Moses, in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement, though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. So clearly it's talking about that the angel of the Lord here is actually God. Okay, and the word here used in the translation there, the angel, meaning malak or malach, meaning a malak. Similar in Arabic, malak means angel. Okay, so here the masculine singular construct. The strong Hebrew definitions is a messenger, could be either a messenger of God and angel. Okay, so of the Lord, yeah, they say that, but similarly he takes on different views, because here it says the angel of the Lord. Okay, here, however, in this definition, or in this translation, and the Lord appeared to him in a flame. So it's the Lord, the angel of the Lord, they're saying is actually Yahweh. Okay, so meaning God. He takes on different personalities, different images. Now, how can we prove from Judaism itself that the angel of the Lord mentioned here is actually God himself? Because as you can see, that designation is similar to an angel, Malach, who is subordinate to God, right? Another view supported by many authorities is that Malachi is a sign of the Ezra the scribe. Okay, so we're calling Malachi. Malachi means an angel. Okay, it actually means an angel, and we say Malachi Malach, right? So if we look clearly here, what does Malachi mean in Hebrew? From the Hebrew name, Malachi means my messenger or my angel. It's clear that even the Jews believe that the angel of the Lord was actually the Lord who spoke to Moses. And this is also in the the Jewish Bible. In 2nd Esdras, Esdras means Ezra, chapter 14, the Lord commissions Ezra. On the third day, while I was sitting under an oak, behold, a voice came out of a bush opposite me and said, Ezra, Ezra. And I said, Here I am, Lord. And I rose to my feet. Then he said to me, I revealed myself in a bush and spoke to Moses when my people were in bondage in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, and I led him up on Mount Sinai, where I kept him with me many days. If we go to verse 9, which is here, God says to Ezra, For you shall be taken up from among men, and henceforth you shall live with my son, and those who are like you, until the times have ended. So Ezra, God's Yahweh says to Ezra that you will live with my son. Okay, he will be raised up and he will live with God's son. We have established that in Judaism, the angel of the Lord, or the angel of God, is actually God himself. Now in the Bible, or as well in the Torah, in Genesis chapter 6 verse 2, it says the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The sons of God saw a beautiful woman and took any they wanted as their wives. Now the sons of God here are referred to the angels. Okay, and as we can see in the translation, the sons means Beni or Beni, right? As we know, Beni meaning a son of God, Ha Elohim, which means God, the supreme God, etc. God's supreme God, etc. Elohim, Ha Elohim, right? So the sons of God. And in the Jewish English lexicon, as you can see here, Jewish English lexicon, right here. Let me put it down a little bit. So as you can see, the Jewish English lexicon here, and they tell you Elohim, right? What they are saying is that the word Elohim or Elokim in both the Bible and the Torah is one of the many names used to refer to God. So here, this is a Christian website as well called Christian Apologetics and Research Ministry, CARM. They said, who are the sons of God in the Bible? So they say the term sons of God occurs 10 times in the New American Standard Bible. In the context of each occurrence, it means either angelic beings or people. It first occurs in Genesis chapter 6 verse 2 when it refers to the sons of God who took the daughters of men for wives. Their offsprings were the Nephilim. So in this context, who were the sons of God? Generally speaking, the Jews and the Christian church all held to the belief that the sons of God were fallen angels who impregnated women. Their offspring again were Nephilim. So these angels were the sons of God. This is what they are calling them. Okay, so this proves that here in the book of Job, they say, for example, it seems that the sons of God are angels, possibly both good and bad. So they say that these angels could be either good or bad. So these angels are called the sons of God. Now remember what we said in Judaism? In Judaism, the term son of God is referred to humans and referred to angels. The Jews hold the view that Ezra was the angel of the Lord, meaning God himself, or the son of God, because he's called the angel. Okay, and this is again a Christian website, you can check it out. Okay, this is the president and founder of the Christian Apologetics and Research Ministry. You can check this out as well. So this book here is called The Great Angel, a study of Israel's second God. And here they give a lot of details that even Enoch, okay, Now, if you don't know Enoch, Enoch was a Jewish scribe. Okay, so similar as Ezra, and the scribes usually were called the father of Judaism, or they were also called sons of gods, because of their popularity and because they receive revelations and write the word of God. Unlike Moses, because Moses never wrote the Torah, it was the scribes of Moses that actually wrote the Torah. Okay, so here we see in 3 Enoch there are more angel names derived from Yahweh, meaning the God of Israel. The great angel in this text is named Metatron, and he meets Rabbi Ishmael on his ascent to heaven. The angel has many names, of which the first are Yahuel, Yah, and Yahul. Metatron, the archangel, reveals that in his earthly life he had been Enoch, who had been taken up to heaven in 3 Enoch 4.3 in the Torah. Once there he had been given the title the Little Yahweh, the Little God, in 3 Enoch 12.5 in the Torah. They say 3 Enoch is a difficult text to handle, compiled as it is from many older sources and probably reaching its present form in Babylon between the 5th and 9th centuries AD. Even at this date, the great angel is still important, and he has his earlier characteristics. He bears a sacred name, he reigns vice-gerent, and he had formerly been human. Another text identifies Metatron and Yahweh. Metatron is mentioned in B. Sanhedrin 38b, a passage attributed to R. Nahman, who told of R. ID in dispute with a heretic over the meaning of Exodus chapter 24 verse 1, and he said to Moses, "Come up to Yahweh." The heretic said the verse implied 2 deities, since it would otherwise have said, "Come up to me." The rabbi replied that Yahweh at this point meant not Yahweh but Metatron, since he was the angel of whom it was said, okay, for my name is in him. Okay, Exodus chapter 23 verse 21. This passage shows several things: that there was a dispute over the identity of the angel, that those who said the angel of Yahweh was different from Yahweh named that angel Metatron, that others believed there were 2 deities, the second of which was named Yahweh, and that the rabbis thought such beliefs heresy. Since most of these texts on which we depend for our knowledge of early Judaism have been collected and transmitted through channels which believed that the angel to be a heresy, we begin to see what happened. So these are basically heretic groups of Jews who actually believe that Jesus is the Son of God, just like some heretic sects of Christianity believe that Mary is divine and they should pray to Mary, which some Christians call them as heretic groups. So now in this article, it's this website, University of St. Andrews Old Testament, which they say the book of 6 Ezra, 2 Esdras, chapter 15 to chapter 16. They say in the Syriac text of 4 Ezra, chapter 14, verse 48, and the versions that derive from it, there is a brief account of the ascent and apotheosis of Ezra, which is missing in the Latin of 2nd Esdras. Apotheosis of Ezra. Now the word apotheosis is that Ezra, when he was lifted to heaven, he was raised to a divine status. So the definition of apotheosis is elevation to divine status, meaning deification. Okay, so he was divine, meaning that he raised to a level like, to God's level, or the Son of God level. The Latin text was probably mutilated when 6 Ezra was added onto it. It would not have made sense to have had additional oracles from Ezra once he had ascended to heaven. So what they are saying here is that in these versions were missing. Okay, in the Syriac text of 4 Ezra chapter 14 verse 48. That these verses were missing from the the manuscripts that they have, the new versions of the Torah they have, which actually says that there is a brief account of the ascent and apotheosis of Ezra. They are saying that Ezra was in a divine level, raised to a level close to God's level, or the Son of God's level, which when he ascended to heaven. Other definitions of apotheosis is to defy in Latin, making divine, also called divinization, like Jesus is divine according to Christians, is the glorification of a subject to divine level, and most commonly the treatment of a human like a god. Okay, so they treat Ezra like this, calling him the Son of God, treating him almost as if he's a god.